Hello everyone, today we're gonna work our glutes, all three parts of our glutes, including the hamstrings, just using a resistant band. Those three exercises are very basic and common. That's the exercises that we usually work in a bar class. So for your reference, I do have a medium resistant band. Be careful if you use lots of resistance, like let's say red or black band, because usually those bands has lots of resistance, and that does, it can put lots of restrictions in the movement. And what the goal of any exercise is to get to the full range of motion. If you have to focus on something, you have to focus on your full range of motion so that you can get the full activation of the muscle. That's how we can switch and grow muscle. So I'll leave that up to you. Now, if you don't have a band at home, that's totally fine too. Honestly, if you don't want a band, you don't need to use it, just using your own body weight, which works just as great. Okay, so let's have fun, enjoy it. Start in on your back with the resistant band on your hands, because we're going to step in your feet through it, and we're going to place the band right above the knee. Okay, so you want about 2 inches above the knee. And I have my timer in here on my watch, so I'm going to be like picking on my time just here and there, just to make sure we are equally working both sides the same time. So let's start laying on your back. We're going to start with a bridge position. So let's lift your toes off the ground, keeping your heels jigging on the floor, and so we can activate the hamstrings, relaxing your shoulders on the ground. And then you want to maintain your knees in line with your hips and your hips in line with your shoulders. Okay, so don't let your knees move inward. Activate those glute medius right away. Press out to the bend. From here, we're going to exhale, take all the air out of your belly, extending your hips up. As you're extending your hips up, you're going to press out to the bend, and then inhale, we're going to lower all the way down. Exhale, rise, hold, stretch out the band, and then inhale, lower. Exhale, lift and hold, stretch out the band, inhale, lower. 1 before, stretch up, press out, inhale, lower. You can keep your arms by your side with your palms facing up. It's a really good way to relax the shoulders on the floor. Or you can place your hands on your belly. But so when you're elevating your hips, make sure you don't really need, it's not necessary to kind of squeezing your glutes so tight, because if you notice, as you're extending your hips up, automatically the muscle will activate. So just by doing the move itself, concentrating and breathing, you're gonna get a nice activation into the muscle. Exhale, rise, press out, lower down. Notice that when I press out, when I go back, I don't bring my knees together. I maintain, I go back to that original position with the knee, with my hips. Good, again, lift, press out, lower down. Let's go for 2 more. Last one, we're gonna hold it up, hold it, and just stretch out the band. Concentrating not just using the knee, but you have to concentrate in here using those outer thighs and the outer glutes, which is the glute medius. You just stretch out, keeping your core nice and braced. Good, you got this. Looking forward, neck in neutral, pelvic floor, hips in neutral. Our finish is strong here. Press out. We just have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now lower your hips, roll into your right side. I'm gonna go for clamshell. Very basic, famous clamshell. So you want to start in a clamshell with your knees in a 90-degree angle. And then your right hand, you can support the head, or you can extend your arm and then lower your head on your arm, or even place a ball under your head to support the head. Let's exhale the air out of your belly first. Brace your core. Activate the top glute, the glute medius. Left your hand in front of your chest. As you exhale, you're gonna lift that top leg, and then inhale, just lower halfway. Exhale, open, and then inhale, just lower halfway. Here's what you don't want. You don't want to open the leg so wide that your hip begins to rotate back. The idea here is to keep the hips nice in a neutral position, okay? So hips and shoulders are stacked. And then when you open the leg, your muscle, when you get into the full activation of the muscle, you will automatically stop you. So anything that you force after that, it's gonna put your body out of alignment, rotate the hip, and that's not a good thing, right? So don't try to open the leg super wide, right? You wanna exhale as you open, inhale, lower. Exhale, open, inhale, lower. We're almost there. Using the muscles on your core to open, to assist the movement. Nice. This next time, you're gonna hold it up, hold it, but isolate the muscle a little bit. Keep that left hand in front of your chest. And now from here, we're gonna add little pulses up. Pulse, pulse. Oh yes, you got this. Keep breathing through it. Little lifts, little lifts. But we're almost done. We're checking the time. Little pulses up. Let's finish here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower your hips, lower your legs. Add a little tap on the glute. Let's come to a tabletop position. But from a tabletop, you're gonna drop your forearms on the ground. Okay, so you're gonna keep your wrists and your elbows and your shoulders in one straight line. Let's work that same leg, left to leg. Extend the left leg behind you, square your hips. Leg nice and straight, pointing your toes. And then from here, you're gonna tap the floor, lift and squeeze. Tap, lift and squeeze. Tap, lift and squeeze. Good, internal rotate that left to inner thigh. Good, lift that belly button towards the spine. Tap, lift and squeeze. Good, using the hamstrings and the center of your glute, the glute maximus, to assist the movement to lift the leg. Now let's talk about the shoulders. Make sure your shoulders are nice and stabilized. So don't, sink into your shoulders. You're gonna press into your forearm. Lift that belly button towards the spine and keep the shoulders nice and stable. You got this. Tap, lift, and squeeze. Tap, lift, and squeeze. Nice. So now it's coming up. You got this. Tap, lift, and squeeze. Wonderful. Hold it up, and now we're gonna circle, circle. Go up and around and up and around. Fantastic. Good. Squeeze in the center of your glute. Ooh, do you feel that burn? And now reverse the direction of the circle. Hang in there. Breathe through it. Go up and around. You go up and around. Good. Hold that circle. Just hold. Pointing your toes. Press into your forearms. Little pulses up. Let's finish here. Let's go. Pulse. Pulse. We just have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then let's take a quick child's pose. Sending your hip back, relaxing your shoulders. Breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your mouth. So let's start over. Let's lay on your back. We're gonna go back to bridge pose. Jigging your heels, lifting your toes off the ground. Setting up my time, arms by your side. Bracing your core, begin, exhale, extending your hips, press out through the bend, inhale, lower, exhale, press out, inhale, lower. We're gonna do the same thing now, all those exercises, but now we're gonna focus on your right side. Lift, press out, lower down. Good, this one is one of my favorite exercises because you work different muscles and also you get that nice and yummy stretch through your hip flexors. Good, inhale, lower. Lift. Make sure you exhale as you rise, bracing the core so that you have that nice protection on your low back the whole time. Lower, rise, open, and remember to keep the knee in line with your hips the whole time, okay? Neck to neutral. Shoulders nice and relaxed on the floor. Again, sometimes turning your palms to face up, it's a really good idea to maintain the shoulders relaxed. Inhale down, lift, open, close. All right, a little bit more. This next one, we're gonna hold it up. Just hold and breathe, and now stretch the band. Press out, concentrating on those outer glutes, okay? Open, open, keep digging the heels on the ground, keep the toes off the floor. Good, press out, good. Feeling the work, breathe through it, open, open, nice. All right, about 10 seconds to go. Maybe lifting your hips a tiny bit higher. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower your hips all the way down. Clamshell Now we're gonna lay on your left side because we're gonna work our right side. Same thing here, 90-degree angle with the leg. That left hand, you can support the head. So everything faces forward. Shoulders, hips, knees facing forward. Exhale the air out of your belly. Bracing your core. Activate the glute medius, the outer glute. And then when you're ready, begin. Exhale. Inhale, lower halfway. Notice that we don't rush through the movement. We first set your body in a beautiful alignment so you work safely and smart, right? Because when you set your body in a perfect alignment, that's when the magic happens. That's when you're able to work more efficiently and you engage in the muscles and build muscles. Don't forget the breathing. Exhale as you open, and then inhale as you lower halfway. What muscles are you working again? Your outer glutes. But you have to work in the core. You have to to activate the core in order to assist the movement, right? So exhale, bracing your core and open the leg. Exhale, brace and open. Make sure the hips are not rotating back. That's really important. Keeping that right hand in front of your chest, it's a good reminder for your hips to stay forward. Good, you got this. One more, we're gonna hold it up. Isolate the muscle first, don't go anywhere. Squeeze the glute, keep holding, keep holding, keep holding. Ooh, those holds are nice and challenging. And I'll begin to add little pulses up. Finish strong here, just pulse and pulse and pulse. You got this, keep pulsing, nice. Let's finish here. We just have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the leg. So let's come to that tabletop position. Last exercise. We're gonna come down to your forearm. Lift that belly button to your spine. Bracing your core first. Extending your right leg all the way back, pointing your toes. Now bring the focus to your right inner thigh. Internal rotate that right inner thigh. Pointing your toes. And now from here begin. You lower, tap, lift, and squeeze. Lower, tap, lift, and squeeze. So try not to lift the leg super high. Otherwise, your pelvic floor is gonna tilt. You're gonna put an arch on your back, and that's not good. We don't want that, right? So notice that I lift my leg just to a point where I can keep my pelvic floor in neutral. Good, we're working the hamstrings, working the top of your glute. The glute maximus, the biggest portion of the glute. Make sure you exhale as you lift the leg, and then inhale as you lower. Press into your forearms. Neck in neutral. Almost done. Lift and squeeze. Now can we hold it up? Good. Hold and breathe. Squeeze the glute. Squeeze the core. Begin to circle. 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 You go up and you go around. You go up and you go around. Sculpting, getting all those fibers and the muscles. And I'll reverse the direction of the circle. Like if you have a little tiny blueberry circling around. Good, hold that circle, hold. We're not going anywhere for now. Good, and our little pulse is up. This is our last move. Let's go, stay with me. Pulse, pulse. This is our final 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's take a child's pose. Woo, sending your seat back, stretching your hips all the way back. Take a nice big inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Let's take a downward facing dog, extending your hips up, pedal those heels, shaking your head side to side. This is a gentle stretch for the muscles. Walking your hands back towards your toes. And then round the spine a little bit at a time. Shoulders back. And we are officially done. Hope you enjoyed this. Leave me a comment of feedback. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Ciao, ciao.